drinks. Priscilla showed up right before I started. Here she is, a big giant distraction. You can't see her. But she's here. The funny, well, no, they get kind of rowdy. They're like kids, but they can get pretty rowdy. Tear the place up. They can get bad habits too, like being a treat addict, drug addict. I know I'm their pusher. Oh well, gotta be something, right? Well, they would come and beg for it. Like, jeez, it's not good. Nothing you can do about it though. It's not like you can take them to a therapist. I don't have enough energy to deal with it. Anyway, so the state of the world, God, man, what is this? So the U.S. doesn't have enough money to go to war, basically. They don't want to bankrupt the country, so I think you're already there. I think that's a big part of why they're not going to war. Let's just wait 2 weeks and whatever. What the fuck is that? What is that? That's not whatever. Yeah, just hopefully Iran will just stop bombing and be good or something like that. I don't know if that'll ever happen. Yeah, it's a costly situation no matter what I think they're kind of screwed, but I guess we'll find out. There she goes. There's a kid. There she is. Oh, yeah. Back to your station. I would give her a mic if if she talked. She kind of does, sort of. Not really. Give her a headset. What's on your mind? Yeah, give me some treats. I figure if I taught the cats how to drive, they just go to the store and buy themselves treats and that'll be it. It's like when everybody's supposed to buy other stuff, so I know they just buy stuff for themselves. Okay, great. Yeah, so, man, it's a bizarre situation with the war, because, like, those ones in Tel Aviv, they don't, yeah, exactly, they can't live underground forever. They can't live like that this thing, this has to end. It's just so fucked up. I don't even know what to do. I mean, they know what to do. I think they know what they want to do. Just turn into Iraq, basically. I don't think they have any choice at this point, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, because Iran can definitely, if they had they can do a lot of damage now. And it's just, I don't think there's a win situation there at all. It's almost like it's designed to be that way. So, yeah, it's a mess. It doesn't seem like there's any, it's, jeez, disturbing. Oh crap. Yeah. My candle's acting up today. Guess it's ready to die. Gotta back up. Oh, there she. I don't know if you heard that. Hello there, Priscilla. I'm here to give you attention. Don't worry what I'm doing right here. It doesn't matter. Jeez. What is this? It's like she's here to help us. It's also, another handout. I'm supposed to give her attention, apparently. All right, so anyway about the war. So yeah, whatever. No win situation. It's not gonna be the end of the U.S. or anything like that, but I mean, we're going definitely into it's like a rock and a hard place, isn't it? I mean, all these different scenarios, but I got food rationing, but it doesn't mean that's going to happen in the U.S., but that's happening in Israel or somewhere in that area. Yeah, it's just... Well, when the U.S. really whenever they decide to go or get someone else to go into war, yeah, it's ugly. Yeah, because China... I feel like China might intervene, but maybe not. Maybe behind the scenes. They're kind of helping already. Helping Iran. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, it has like that World War III energy or World War IV or wherever the hell we're in now. I guess we'll find out. Well, I would say soon enough, but now it's going to be 2 weeks, so who the hell knows anymore. God, what is that? What kind of military 2 weeks? That's like when you get your car washed or something. This is a little bit more. It doesn't make any sense, but anyway. I think the U.S. is not exactly doing well, money-wise. I think that's one of the biggest reasons. I think that's... And, of course, retaliation was going to happen after once they joined the war. What's going to happen? Yeah, that's the consequences to it. So, we'll see. There's something else. I can't remember what it was, but nothing that's that pressing. Topics that probably no one cares about. It's been a long day for me, so yeah, it's been like you're so worn out and you just can't even concentrate. Kind of like right now. So it's almost like seeing double. Yeah, working towards retirement whenever that's going to happen. So going to Syrians, feel their energy. Gee, I wonder why. Yeah, they brought their problems here. And they have their mind control, and they brought it here. Like I said, the canine, they kind of beat the dog into submission, you can say, to be a warrior, a loyal servant. Of course, after that happened, yeah, think about that. Or don't think about it. And our world is, of course, our world is kind of like a unfortunately, it's kind of necessary in some ways. As you can see, a lot of soul beings that are incarnated here cannot handle this place. Let's put it that way. And that's kind of why it was designed to. It's like it's necessary, you can say, because so many beings become on a higher frequency, can be very spoiled and arrogant, and you see that here on both sides, lighter side and lower, because even the lighter ones become cult-like and psychotic. So this world kind of some ways puts them in check, but also it also like those that are spiritually involved, and they start manipulating the hell out of people. But that's a test, that's something to go through to see how that works. because so many are looking for this, savior, mentor, savior, whatever it might be, and then they can get very arrogant about it. Some can, not all, but some can. It's just gross. But it is the learning process. It's like, like I say, the lessons of this world are going to continue until the universe no longer, like the beings that incarnate no longer need it. Of course, then those are residents of this world, like this is their planet. Those that have been born with this world, this is their world. Doesn't mean that they're at a lower frequency. I mean, they might have some of that, but doesn't mean that it's their world. And there can be some snobbery there in that ways. Sometimes it feels very snobbish here on this planet. Not everybody's, but just the energy of just like, oh, it's so difficult here. We're so much better. And so what is that crap? It's like whenever you do everything wrong in life, and now you're better than everybody. It's like, whatever. But it's like necessary lessons are needed here. So I would feel this world does have an end point at maybe not in our lifetime, but it can only go on for so long. It does get kind of tiring. You just take all the lessons and take it to another version of Earth. Like this one. And with the Iran thing, it's almost, this timeline can fizzle out. We'll end up on some other world reality. So robots would be everywhere. I don't know. Something like that. If Iran got out of hand and just all of a sudden is this flash of light, now we're on some other reality. Anyway, it's different ways of looking at it. But the Syrians have been through their own mind control and everything. They brought it here, and obviously, it's kind of like a disease. It spreads, as you can see. But once again, it's part of the soul growth. It's like it still is internal work. And if those that are here are not here to like fully know everything about it, it's still internal, workings that are going on. It's just, some are slower, some are faster than others, and so on. Some are living in fear, and nothing new here, nothing new there. Well, especially if you have a dark side and you keep attracting the wrong people constantly. So yeah, you can see why you have fear there. Like almost scared of your own decisions. Can't make a good decision right dependent on it because you keep attracted to, worst case scenario. So that's not always the case, but it's like you have here's a good person and here's a bad person. You just attracted to the bad person. Just automatic. It's like, welcome to Earth. That's not always the case, but it's a big case there. So, all right, we're going to the Syrians and all their shenanigans. They were taken over by Orion and influences. That shows you that Orion is kind of the villain, you could say. One of them. At least an aspect of it or a part of it. And look at our world as primitive and just obedient. And you can snap out of this. I'm not sure about the world doing it. Probably not, because they're not ready for it. But you can become more aware of how things are put together here. You get to certain levels. You got to pass certain levels. I've said that before. It's like a game. Doesn't mean you have to know everything. But you can say that the Matrix game, you reach a certain level and where you're outside of them attacking you constantly. They finally kind of leave you alone, sort of. Not fully, but it becomes less. That's with age, though. So, or you just get smarter about it and you push them away or something like that. Anyway. Alright, we're going to Syrian energies. and move on from there. So, our blessings for you. Greets you with energies from sixth dimension, Syrians. But it's also your understanding of the astral plane, the physical. Well, yes, you come here. You'd be surprised how many add more challenges to themselves or are attracted to it. And then it's like your workload becomes overbearing. And then some do get connected to a relationship energy and go on vacation mentally and sort of stay there for a while. But then they get too like complacent and don't want to do anything with their lives outside of work. They don't have enough energy. Of course, if you're raising a child, it's a whole different story. It's almost like you're raising another version of yourself. And that could be quite complicated. It's not exactly another version of it. It kind of is in some ways. It's like, and it's also like you're gathering all this data about this world, and there's still it's and you're sharing with the child what you're learning, but of course you're still gathering data about the world, and there's only so much time in the day to, you know, build a building or something or whatever it might be, or a company, or just still, sorting this world out, you could say. That's why I have many incarnations, because you're having children is kind of like you're creating another incarnation process for yourself if you want to incarnate within your own family again, down the line generation wise. I'd be surprised how many do that. Doesn't mean that you're another version of your kid, but your energies can be their kids or grandkids and so on. So you'd be surprised how many incarnate here just trying to figure this place out. You incarnate here and you go through these experiences and you get to certain levels of what you want to experience as for what you want to bring. But right in the beginning, a lot of it's just absorbing everything. It's wording, going places, whatever it might, just absorbing and absorbing. And then once you have enough, then you can, it can be overwhelming. And then incarnations down the line, then you build some kind of, whatever it is, university or whatever it might be, car wash, whatever it is. But yeah, I have always lifetimes of building, of knowledge gathering, you could say. It's building too, you can say technically, but more of internal structure within yourself. So this is why I hear about why I have so many incarnations here. Well, and then when you have agendas or missions, they don't always go to plan, and it says like, someone derailed it, whatever it might be, so you come back again. And as for the Syrians, they have not quite learned that themselves. You can say they come here to learn from the feline beings and the reptilian beings. Of course, they made things more complicated for themselves, to find a way out of their own, because you learn, see, this world is basically, it's kind of like, you learn how to get out of a situation, you learn how to better yourself. Of course, you might find a darker side first, eventually find a better side of yourself, where you can get yourself out of situations, and you put yourself in other realities. Like you solve a mystery by yourself, you solve a scenario, like being bad at relationships, all of a sudden you're good at it, or you became less selfish, whatever it is, and then entangle your past connections to other worlds, and you kind of clearing out. It's complicated. You don't have to think too deeply in it, but technically you are here to better yourself one step at a time. Some will take longer than others. Then you get distracted and so on, and Some are just, yeah, kind of rugrats who just sort of lay around and haven't quite figured out their identity and so on. But that's why you incarnate. This world does speed up the process of figuring yourself out. Even if some do leave disappointed here that I was reincarnated, and they had all these opportunities to say no to all of them. You'd be surprised how normal that is. Doesn't mean they incarnate here again, because yeah, they can be stagnant too. But one of the reasons for incarnating here is to not make those mistakes again. It's like to prove it for yourself, and it's hard. Yeah, it's like you're running, a lap. And you fumble. You're just like, oh, it's kind of like that. But this is an incarnation doing it. Yeah, it can be tedious though. It's like I'm going to win the race, or you're going to not make that mistake again. Think of it that way. That's why you incarnate again. You just, it's like, wow, I missed that disaster. You might pull yourself in other disasters, but not maybe as bad as the big one, like marrying the wrong person, or being a bad parent, whatever it might be, or working for a shady corporation, whatever it is. But you'd be surprised how, obviously this incarnation is long, but it is short on the higher dimensions. Only like 10 days. Some of it's 5 days, some of it's 10 days in the higher realms. So